Have you ever considered how a breakdown can lead to a breakthrough? This thought may seem counterintuitive at first. After all, breakdowns are often associated with failure, disappointment, or even despair. But what if we told you that these moments of struggle are not just an end, but a beginning? Yes, that's right. Breakdowns, with all their seeming negativity, can be the catalysts for breakthroughs. They can be the turning point that redirects your path towards success. When we stumble, when we fall, we are given a unique opportunity to rise stronger, wiser, and more determined. Throughout this video, we will be sharing incredible stories of individuals who turned their breakdowns into breakthroughs. People who faced adversity, encountered failure, but used those experiences to fuel their journey towards success. So, fasten your seatbelts and prepare to be inspired. Join us as we dive into these inspiring stories. Imagine an athlete at the peak of his career faced with a career-ending injury. This is a story of such a man, a star athlete who had always been lauded for his prowess and agility. His life was a symphony of victories and applause until a sudden injury brought everything to a screeching halt. As his dreams crumbled, he found himself descending into a pit of despair. But as they say, life has a funny way of surprising us. Amid the darkness of his breakdown, a glimmer of hope sparked. He found himself drawn to the local sports centre, where he began to observe the young athletes in training. His heart resonated with their spirit and determination. It was then he realized that, while his days on the field might be over, his love for the sport was still very much alive. With time, he immersed himself in coaching and mentoring these young athletes, sharing his knowledge and experiences. He taught them not just about the game, but about life itself, about resilience, about turning setbacks into comebacks. The athlete they once admired for his feats on the field, they now respected for his wisdom and guidance off it. The journey was far from easy, but his breakdown had paved the way for a breakthrough. His story stands as a testament to the power of resilience and adaptability. From a decorated athlete to a respected mentor, his breakdown became a stepping stone to a new path. Picture an entrepreneur whose startup venture crumbles, leaving her on the brink of bankruptcy. Imagine the pain, the disappointment, the crushing weight of failure. But this is not where our story ends. Our entrepreneur, let's call her Jane, is a fighter. She's not one to surrender to the storm. Instead, she uses it to fuel her journey forward. Jane had a vision, a dream to create something that would change the world. But dreams, as grand as they are, often come with their fair share of challenges. And so, Jane's first venture, though filled with passion and determination, was met with unforeseen obstacles. It stumbled, it faltered, and ultimately it fell. But Jane, she didn't fall with it. She stood there, amidst the ruins of her dream, not defeated, but stronger. She looked at her failed venture not as a setback, but as a lesson. She saw the mistakes she made, the wrong turn she took, and she took note. Instead of wallowing in her failure, she used it as a blueprint for her next venture. She learned from her mistakes, she adapted, she evolved. She used her breakdown as a stepping stone, a springboard to her next venture, and this time she was equipped with more than just passion and determination. She was armed with experience, with wisdom born from her failure. And so, she rose again. She built a new venture, one that was stronger, more resilient, more successful. She went from bankruptcy to building a successful enterprise, proving that even the biggest breakdowns can lead to breakthroughs. Visualize an artist struggling with a creative block that threatens his livelihood. In the heart of an urban jungle, there lived an artist. He was known for his unique style, his bold strokes and vibrant colors. But one day his fountain of creativity ran dry. He found himself staring at blank canvases for hours, his hands trembling, his mind grappling with an unseen force. This was not just a creative block. It was a barrier threatening the very essence of his existence. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. The artist began to lose hope, questioning his abilities, doubting his talent. He was on the verge of a breakdown, the kind that could shatter his dreams forever. But then, in the midst of his despair, something extraordinary happened. The artist discovered a new form of expression. He began to channel his frustration, his fears, and his doubts into his art. He started experimenting with abstract forms, with shapes and shades he had never considered before. As he delved deeper into this new realm of creativity, he found himself creating works of art that were more profound, more moving than anything he had ever created before. His creative block had led him to a breakthrough. The artist had found a new voice, a new medium to express his emotions. His work started to gain recognition, and he was hailed not just as an artist, but as a visionary. From a struggling artist to an acclaimed creative, his breakdown led to an artistic breakthrough. Every breakdown carries the seeds of a breakthrough. This is a truth we've explored today, an insight we've gleaned from the stories of an athlete, an entrepreneur, and an artist. Each of them faced a breakdown, a moment of apparent failure, a point of seeming defeat. But was it the end of their journey? Far from it. In the crucible of their breakdowns, they discovered an incredible power, the power to transform, to reinvent, to awaken. It was not the breakdown itself, but their response to it that mattered most. It was their choice to view it not as a stumbling block, but as a stepping stone, a springboard to their breakthrough. The athlete who, after a devastating injury, found within him an unwavering spirit and turned this setback into a triumphant comeback. The entrepreneur who, in the face of a business failure, discovered a new direction and used this experience to reinvent herself and her venture. The artist who, amidst a creative drought, unearthed a wellspring of inspiration and used this period of barrenness to awaken to a new level of artistic expression. These stories are not unique. They are the echoes of countless others, reminding us of the transformative power of breakdowns. They are the testament of the human spirit's ability to turn trials into triumphs, setbacks into comebacks, and breakdowns into breakthroughs. Remember, a breakdown isn't the end, it's the beginning of a breakthrough.